All right, ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? We are back and we got some updates. So before we go forward, please take a moment, read the disclaimer. We are not financial advisors. We have no idea what your situation is. Please do your own due diligence. Take everything we say with a grain of salt, especially on this episode, as Matt and I have a small account challenge we will be going over. So please do your due diligence, pause the video, read the disclaimer. Thank you very much. Matt, how you feeling today?
A little bit better. It's
Good.
been fun. Slept a good bit. And I have to admit, I didn't update the portfolio tracker, but I don't think I've made any moves, Steve. So I have to double check. But it'll be fun. This is always one of the better parts of the week. I think this is really fun. Something that you and I have started, and yeah, I think it's funny. Your disclaimer is always pretty funny. Like, we don't know your situation. It's like, I don't even know my own situation. So
ain't that I'll be able to.
But anyway, I'm excited to be here. Thanks for having me.
Ain't that the truth? And I am dressed like this because I will be going to the gym directly after this. As I said last night, we're going to try to turn over a new leaf. Get back into it.
I might go for a walk, Steve. You know what? You're inspiring me. I need to figure out. Yeah, maybe I go for a walk. Maybe you're inspiring me, Steve.
I got some steaks ready to go for after I lift. So, we're going to try to eat clean. We'll try to get after it maybe 3 or 4 times a week. We'll see. Anyway, that's not why all of you are here. And thank you so much for being here. Chels, what's going on? June, what's going on? Miss SoFi, what's going on? Hopefully, everybody's going to have fun tonight. Don't drink and drive, and don't do anything that puts you in a situation. But enjoy the Super Bowl tonight.
You're a good role model, Steve.
No, Chels is a good role model. She's on the treadmill right now.
That is a good role model.
Good role model.
Thank you for all you do.
All right. So I made some updates to my tracker because I think it's important to show the best real-time information that we possibly can. And even though my cash secured puts have not been assigned yet, and technically I am not actually down money until the money goes out of the account, I think it's important to show what my potential risk is. So I reconfigured everything in the past 15 minutes.
Okay. Get it, Steven?
So here's where we're at. I apologize if there's any little mistakes. I don't think there is. I just got done writing an article and updated all this in the past 15 minutes, as I said. So I have generated $594 in income from options. My profit is negative $1,200 because of where my cash secured puts currently sit. So let's get into that. So right now, I have 2 tranches open. I have 1 cash secured put on Zeta open and 2 cash secured puts on BMNR open. And I added some additional scribbles here to show where my exposure is if I get assigned at where my strike price is, and based on the current price, what I would be negative on. And I would be negative 1867 on these. And based on the income that I have generated, which is $594, $84 of that is gone because it evaporated on my naked option. So that's a negative mark on the total tracker. But I have purchased 5 shares of PDI and 5 shares of QQQI on the house. Initial investment of $360. It's down basically 1%, but it is expected to do $50.45 in total annualized income. And right now, I am at a current value of $8,789.29. I do think this is going to change significantly this week because my Zeta puts expire this week. So I am going to roll these out. And depending on my BMNRs are for next week, and they're at 28. Hopefully, crypto catches a bid this week. If it doesn't, we'll see. I'm not too worried about this only because the premiums are very large on BMNR. So I will be able to roll them. Maybe I have to go out a couple of months. I'll be looking at it, but we'll see. So that's where I'm at right now, Matt.
You're a good role model, Steve.
I mean, I'm probably not a good role model, but we'll see. I actually think this is wrong. Why is that? Something is wrong here. I think these are flipped with the premium, but the income's the same. I just think the percentages are flipped. I gotta figure out.
Yeah,
why.
I think the percentages had a money sign in them, so I was locking it to the difference. You might want to check. I think when I did mine, I had to fix that.
Yep. So where are you at? Where's
No
your
big deal.
total portfolio value at, Matt?
Just keep yours open, and unless you want me to drive it,
Nope. I can do
don't
it.
mind.
I forgot that you're on the same side as us.
Yeah. I'm actually down, Steven. So this is the 8th, right? So I didn't have any updates from last week. So let me just make this.
Okay.
Because I'm a loser. Let me think how I do this. So closing value is 10,882. So let me just do this. And I just make this what 11,249. Yeah. This is this. Yeah. And I need to make this. Why is that? Oh, okay, so this is negative. Yes. So this is 367. Yep. And then I can get rid of this. Let's make it white and 0 capacity for infill. Okay. Let me show. Okay, so yes, if you just scroll to the left, we're gonna show everybody. So I had Symbotic cash secured puts for $53. Those expired worthless. Those were a pretty decent return, if I remember correctly. That was ended up being 13%, because they were pretty close. And then Symbotic had some moves up. It actually closed the week out at $60. So that ended up closing expiring worthless. So I was able to capture that whole 13%. So that was $330 on 5,300. So that's pretty good. I still have my Serve Robotics, which is not doing well either. So that is for February 20th. And then I have my SoFi, which I did roll. So I think I have to update that as well, because that supposedly had an expiration date. So I might still have some updates to do. But overall, I mean, the portfolio's at around 10,882, so 8% ish return. I'm down the most on my TQQQ long call, which I had bought, and that was for an expiry of February 20th. Obviously, we've been kind of in this pullback period for the last 2 weeks, and so the value of that is down about 88%. I had 2 contracts on that, and so here we kind of are. Unfortunately,
Wait, so
we were way
what are your
ahead,
current
and
holdings?
I have a Serve cash secured put. I have a SoFi cash secured put. My TQQQ call, long call,
So you're
and
55% cash.
yeah, because the Symbotic expired literally this past Friday, and I couldn't unless I closed it out, which I wasn't paying attention, which I should have paid attention, and close it out and rewrote, because obviously that's lost theta decay that I could have acquired, but I did not.
So where's your okay?
I had to double check with my SoFi.
Wait, hold
I
on.
did I had to do something with that SoFi because there's no way.
Yeah, you said you have a SoFi cash secured put, but you don't have it in here. Did you roll it? Because this was expiring the 30th.
Yeah, that's what I was stating. I need to figure out what I did with that.
Okay.
Where the
You
hell
didn't
did
get
my
assigned that, did you?
no?
Okay.
Where the hell did my Fidelity go? Oh, here we go. So yeah, it's a February 13th now. A
Okay.
23. So I'll have to update what the pluses and minuses were because I think I
Okay.
had to roll it for a loss. So
Okay.
maybe
And
that was
then
it.
based on where the shares are, it could be underwater if you don't roll it again.
Exactly.
All right. And then, sir, where's Serve Pro at right now, current price?
Not good. I don't think. I think it's at $10 and something.
All right. So you could be stuck money
Ten
on that
sixty eight.
also. Okay.
Yeah, 1068.
All right. So you got to update these at some point. Okay.
Yeah. Not my brightest moment, Steve.
All right. Well, it's a new week. I'm getting ready. I'm going to be looking to move both of my positions. So I am looking at, because I have some cash in the account. I think this is the week I actually deploy the cash. So what I am looking at doing right now with basically 2,500 bucks is putting it across Microsoft, CrowdStrike, and I may even buy some SoFis. I think it's undervalued here.
I don't hate it. I don't
Yeah.
hate it.
I mean, I can't get a lot of Microsoft, maybe 2 or 3 shares, maybe 2 or 3 shares of CrowdStrike, and then put the rest in SoFi. But I do want some equity exposure in here. And I gotta look at we're gonna look at the premiums for BMNR. Let's see how screwed I'm gonna be. So I'll bring it up right now. So my contracts expire next week. So I have a 28 strike. It'd be nice if I was on freaking calls. Jesus Christ. So they are 755. So I'm probably gonna have to go out a while. So remember that 755.
755.
Oh God. That's not good. Well, yeah, we need crypto to come back in the next 2 weeks. So I'm basically going out to the summer. It doesn't even fucking help. We're going out to August. Is that what we're telling me? I'm going out to fucking August on this? Yeah, pretty much. I would have to go out to August to roll it down to 23. So I need to hope that Ethereum goes up a little bit and I can get some time in the next 2 weeks. I'm not really worried about Zeta because it's not that crazy, but BMNR could be a death by 1,000 cuts at this point.
You think so?
Could be. I mean, we'll see. I mean, look, the good thing is I don't mind owning more of it because it's under where my average price is. So it is what it is. It just sucks because half my portfolio of the small account will be tied to it. And I may have to roll it out to August, which is quite a bit of time. So we'll see. Or I just let get assigned and just start trying to chip away at it with cover calls.
I mean, Steve, I have a serious question for you.
Yeah.
How much interest did you get based off of all the cash that was in your account?
How much interest did I get based off of the cash in my account?
Yeah, I mean, I even got some interest because I mean, I had a decent amount of cash just sitting there. I mean, I don't have a lot of. I'm assuming you did as well. Not a lot of interest, but some.
So here's the problem. I have other cash in this account, so I have no freaking clue.
Yeah, that's part of. Do we just exclude that?
I think I'm gonna have to exclude it. I mean, what would it amount to? A couple of cents at this point?
For me, it was like $18.
Can't be.
I don't know how it would be.
I mean, you have $5,000 or $5,500 tied to cash in that account. There's no way you got $18 of interest in a month.
It was like 10 grand.
Yeah, but you have
10,000.
stuff tied against cash secure puts. You don't gain interest
Yeah.
on that.
Yeah, you do.
You do?
Yeah. Times
Um,
0.035, let's say, divided by 12. Yeah, that makes sense.
All right, I'll have to figure it out then.
I'm okay excluding it, to be honest.
No, we can, it's part of it. I'll just have to figure it out because I'm using an account that's already set up for options. So I'll just have to figure out with the other cash and do a percentage of it.
Damn it, Steven.
It's fine. Add it in. Add it in.
I mean, it makes sense for me because we started this like midway through. So
Yeah, halfway through January.
yeah.
Yep. Yep. So what do you plan on doing this week, Matt?
I have 5,300. I mean, my majority of my portfolio right now is strictly cash, not tied to any options.
Right.
I really like Symbotic. I might just re-roll the Symbotic. What other positions that are in below 10 grand? What's TQQQ at right now? $50, so that's back up on the rise. Shit, dude. TQQQ got down to $4,500. I mean, I could write a 5,300 cash secured put February 20th next week for TQQQ for $340. I mean,
you could do that. You absolutely could do that.
if it continues to rip, like if the market continues to recover, I don't know what other positions are there in the 20 to. Let's look at other things that I have. Dutch Brothers. Could also, I know iBet's taking a huge hit.
Dutch Brothers is reporting on Thursday. So we have not nearly as big of an earnings week as last week. We do got some fan favorites. Robinhood reporting Tuesday. Got Coca-Cola reporting Tuesday. We have Cisco Wednesday, Shopify Wednesday, Vertiv Wednesday, Coinbase on Thursday, Arista Networks Thursday. Some people like Rivian Thursday. Matty Dutch Bros Thursday. Then Enbridge for me on Friday. I like Zeta. I'm a shareholder of Zeta, so I do like it.
I don't know.
I don't know. What do you think about doing, Matt? I'm gonna have to roll my positions. I mean, Zeta, I may actually just get it assigned.
I don't think you'd be bad to get it assigned.
No, because I can just start writing cover calls on it and make a little bit of premium. So I really don't mind that.
And that's what I think I'm trying to do. Like, I think I wouldn't mind writing a slightly in the money company, like a TQQQ or a Bitcoin. And if Bitcoin, for example, stays around here which I think it will, around the 70,000 mark, then, you know, even if it goes down a little bit, I could still write covered calls on it if I get assigned.
You could.
Or just roll it down a little bit. And then same thing with TQQQ. If I get assigned my TQQQ, the premiums on that are glorious. So it's kind of tough to be like, do I roll it? Do I keep it going?
I like how you just said glorious.
Steven, my whole life is glorious.
I mean, we're not going to freaking dispute that one.
Everyone always wants to know, what does assigned mean? So when you write these options, and this is partly why we don't want people to follow us into this stuff, because there's literally a contract you enter. If you're writing a cash secured put for say $20 and SoFi ends the week at 18 or 19 and it expires, but it expires in the money, meaning it's below $20, then you're going to be assigned those shares at $20. So, and if you don't know like that simple terminology, like you shouldn't be following us anyway, but hopefully this is an educational segment and you guys aren't literally just taking these and writing them, because we're doing some extremely aggressive things here, because we basically said we don't mind taking 10 grand and lighting it on fire.
For the most part.
So if taking 10 grand and lighting it on fire is not what you want to do, then I would not follow this segment. I mean, follow it for educational purposes, maybe learn some things about cash secured puts, maybe, but like Steve, for example, he's thinking he might just let it get assigned, take his Zeta, maybe he writes some covered calls on it, maybe he just lets it go because he's confident that Zeta in the next year will do well.
Yeah, I mean, basically what we're talking about with the options are, with a cash secured put, you are basically taking cash. You are entering in a contract saying that you are willing to buy shares of a company at a specific price on a specific date if the shares reach that price or lower. And whatever contract you are entering in, it doesn't matter what the price is. So I entered into cash secured puts at 20, I believe, or $20.50. It does not matter that they are at 16.50. It doesn't matter if they go back to 18. I will still have to buy a block of 100 shares at 20.50. So I would immediately be underwater. Wait, hold on before I finish that. Did Anthony actually do that? Senor Noto, did he do that? Hold on. I'm not seeing that.
Stefan,
I'm not seeing that.
people making stuff up again?
Don't tease me like that. All right, let's look up Anthony Noto. Maybe he did. Maybe he didn't. Oh, he did. You guys are not teasing me. Thank you very much. Anthony Noto.
Where at? I don't see it.
I'm showing it right now. Anthony Noto reposted SoFi article.
Oh, my guy Steven.
I mean, I'm not as cool as Tanner or Tevis,
It's pretty cool, Steve.
but you know, not going to show the DMs. Him and I, once in a blue moon, DM each other.
Oh, you don't DM me, Steve.
I mean, I call you.
That's a good point. The only thing Steve says, he sends me a link. He says 2:30. Just kidding.
I mean, you're not wrong.
He calls me beforehand, and then he says, "I'll send you the link." And the link is, you know what I mean? I need babying. I'm a millennial.
Are you?
I don't know.
I think I'm a millennial also, actually.
When does millennial end?
80, I think.
I meant like let me see. When do millennials end? 96. Gen Y. Okay.
When does Gen X? What's the cutoff for Gen X?
Gen X is 79. Then there's Zennials, which is 75 to 85.
So
And
I'm
then
a
millennials.
Zennial.
I guess.
Guess.
But then there's also millennials, which is 80 to 94.
So I'm a millennial.
Do you call yourself a Zennial, millennial?
Whatever. Anyway, back to options. So I would get assigned 100 shares at $20.50 if I don't roll them. And when we were doing this, Zeta was over 20, so it really didn't matter. Now, I bought you said in Saturday Night Live, you bought a bunch of dividend stocks. Which ones? I mean, I don't know which Saturday night. If you mean last night, I bought more QDVO, I bought more Starwood, I bought more, I think 10K. I bought something else too. I just don't remember what it is.
People, I don't get what the high comments. I get drug tested. I get drug tested for work.
Do you know?
I mean, not regularly, but I get drug tested for work. So I don't. Why would I ever? Oh, there goes my laundry.
Don't eat those poppy seed bagels.
I don't for that reason.
Good.
I'm not trying to. And they're my favorite. It's.
Are they really?
Dude, yeah, little poppy, little smear.
I mean, I like the everything.
Everything is by far a little sausage, egg, and cheese on everything.
Everything is pretty legit, man.
Yeah, I'm high on life. I'm high on being alive with Steven, with probably 1,000 people.
You're high on that hopium.
I'm high on that hopium. Steve's pissed to pass my drug test. Jesus.
I mean, you could. I'm clean, so.
I mean, Steve's a model American. Steve is what we call a model American. I'll tell you what I need to do is I need to clean out that fridge behind me. That's what I need to do.
You could. You absolutely could, Matt. Anyway, so I don't mind getting assigned Steve, we need you in another suit. What do you mean?
The podcast.
I wasn't wearing a suit. I was wearing a sport jacket.
Looked great.
Thank you. We got a couple others in there.
Oh, it's gonna get through the carousel.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna do them in one big rotation.
I need to get new jackets.
Thank you, Charles.
Well, I have my Matt Foley jacket. You see this?
There we go. Like it.
What is it? Mick Foley? Van Down by the River? What is it? Is it Mick Foley?
Mick Foley's a wrestler, sir.
Who does Chris Farley play on Saturday Night Live with the blue jacket?
Oh, the Down by the River skit?
Yeah.
I don't know the name.
Okay.
Matt Foley?
Okay. Matt Foley, motivational speaker.
By the way, the chat is freaking awesome. What do you mean when you say a full position?
Different for everyone.
That can mean a lot of things for me. Where I would say the easiest way for me to describe it in my terminology, in my mind, is my cutoff for either how many shares or how much capital I want to deploy.
I'd say for me, a full position is around 5% for me at this point. And some companies I'm willing to go. And the hard part is, though, for me, is like Rocket Lab at one point was a full position. And then it's grown massively, as we all know. And so I'm I don't trim, like I think I'm not a big believer in like, oh, it's gotten to a certain percentage. It's like, if the company fundamentals change. So when I say a full position, I mean invested capital of 5% of my portfolio value. That makes sense.
Yeah, I want to answer this question. Do you ever sell stocks that ran a lot and is near all-time highs, then use that to buy a dip on other stocks and let that run after? I do not. I just add more capital when I'm able to. I'm not looking for tax consequences because I already have too many tax consequences in my life, and I don't like writing checks to Uncle Sam. I don't have to, although it does mean you made money. But normally, like for instance, Meta, when Meta got over 750, I'm not selling Meta there. When Nvidia got to 200, I'm not selling Nvidia there. I mean, I have no problem exiting a position if I want to get out, but I'm not playing the moving money around game, so to speak. Like I will just save and then add more positions when I can put more capital in the market.
I mean, I think it's a great question. I think it's very dependent upon each person. I personally try to understand whether or not the value of the company that I'm holding is maxed out or not, or gotten to a certain amount of its NPV, not NPV, terminal value. So, like, let's say if Palantir got to like a $2.5 trillion market cap valuation today, or like 80% of that, like a 2 billion, or sorry, 2 trillion out of 2.5 trillion, which I think it's going to is like 2.5 trillion eventually, then I would sell it. But it's not there. And same thing with Rocket Lab. Like if Rocket Lab got to like a $300 billion market cap valuation today, I would sell that. But it hasn't even surpassed 50 billion. So it doesn't make sense for me to sell something when I still believe that there's still so much to learn about the company. It's still young, and that could be a risk as well, right? So but there's been times where I've over analyzed the company and thought it'd be bigger than it was, and it turned out to be not as good. So I think to me, it's always an idea as to what is the company currently trading at to its terminal. And if it were to get to that, and generally my terminal values I consider is 2035. It's not actually my terminal value, but 5-10 years down the road. So it's always kind of moving in that respect, if that makes sense. Like when I first bought Palantir as a prime example, I thought it'd be a $150 to $200 billion company. Now much further on, I'm realizing the potential of it and how it could be a $2.5 trillion company. So it's always about understanding where that market cap eventually can get to. And then you have to think, okay, well, how many shares is it going to have at that point? And so to me, that's the way I kind of look at it. Now, because I think so many people that get screwed, they're like, oh my God, it's run up 2x or 3x. It's like, well, that's great. But in terms of its like long-term terminal value, like, are you cutting it short? Like I know people that cut Rocket Lab in the 20s. It's a $10 billion market cap valuation. And they're like, oh, I think it could be a $200 billion company one day. It's like, well, then why did you cut it for 5% of its terminal value that you think it's going to be? So I see people counterintuitively. And just because I do it that way doesn't mean that you have to, right? I mean, it's all very much about what you want. I know some people like to move in and out of positions. I'm like Steve. I don't like to generate capital gains unless I need to. Now, if something drastic were to happen with Rocket Lab and for some reason the long-term value deteriorated from 300 billion down to like 50 billion, then I'd probably start to sell, because you're at 35 billion out of 50 billion. You're looking pretty healthy, right? And if that's only going to be 50 billion by the time we get to 2035, that's not a large return, right? I would just rather put my money in the S&P 500 at that point. And so that's the game I generally try to play. I'm like, what's the stock today? What's its market cap? What do I think it could potentially be in 2035? And what's the compound annual growth rate of that annualized over the next 10 years? And if it's like 2 to 3% annualized, I'm like, well, you can just probably put that in the S&P 500 and make out better. But when you're looking at next decade and you're looking at Venture Global and where they could be, in that amount of time, to me, that's where I'm like, okay, cool. And then of course, if the stock runs up by like 50 to 100%, I'd sit there and be like Rocket Lab. Let's say Rocket Lab went to 150 billion. Well, that's half of what it is. But me keeping it, unless something drastically changed to make the terminal value change, go from 300 to 500 or whatever, then like it has with Palantir for me, then it's like I would have to sit there and consciously think, okay, 150 to 300 billion, that's a 1x. Like that is over the course of the next 10 years, a 7% compound annual growth rate. I'd, as a single company risk, likely that I should probably just put that in the SP 500 where I'd probably get 8 to 10%, and have the entirety of the market as a proxy rather than a single company. So that's the way I kind of like to look at it. I mean, I see so many people be like, oh, but it's going to be a $10 trillion or $10 billion company by 2035. I'm like, well, it's already a $5 billion company. So that's a 1x, 100% return in the next 10 years. It's not a really good return. You could just invest in the S&P 500 at that point. And so that's generally what I look at things. I look at things like what could I likely get in the S&P and compare it against whatever investments I'm kind of looking at. So
Yeah, I mean, the reality for me is I know that I cannot time tops and bottoms, and I'm not somebody who wants to move in and out of things. It's just I know it's not my strong suit. My strong suit is having an iron stomach and being able to say I don't give a fuck, and I can ride anything out longer than markets can be irrational at this point because I don't have to sell. And look, if I end up in a situation where I have to sell, then I'll take my lumps. But luckily, I'm using excess capital for my investments and I'm not on margin. I'm not getting stopped out of positions. So, like, did I start a position at Zeta around 20 a share? Yeah. Is it down? Yeah. But I think I added 50% to my position as it fell. And I said that my range for Zeta is 15 to 25. I'll buy up on the way to 25 and I'll buy down on the way to 15 because I have no idea where the hell it's going. And I'm just not going to freaking stop that mentality. Now, when it comes to the option market, I'm not buying call options. I'm buying equity. And with the cash secure puts that we're doing, I'm locking up cash on positions I already have exposure to. And if I get assigned, and even if the assignment's underwater, my overall position, it will lower my cost basis. And I can just write calls against it. So it works for me. It's not something for everybody, but it works for me.
you're a good man.
I mean, I think the big thing is margin. A lot of people freaking get killed on margin. I don't freaking live and die by the sword. I think a lot of people use margin ineffectively and they get stopped out of positions and they have to sell into weakness. And it's just for what reason?
Yeah. The only thing I would ever I've honestly thought about using margin for is I've thought about moving my entire S&P 500 position over to like a Robinhood, for example, and then use that to potentially do real estate. Because I don't think the S&P 500 is ever going to drop by 75% or something like that. So if I'm able to just take out down payments utilizing that and only pay the 5% or whatever annualized that I need, then it might be very useful to continue to get into some of the houses and things that I want. But I see so many people just like putting themselves 50-50 on margin. It's just like, Jesus Christ, like it's just so insane.
Yeah, look, we should do a full episode about risk because I think too many people take on a lot of risk that's not needed to be taken and put themselves in situations that are probably very stressful. I don't know how people do that. It's not for me. I can tell you that much.
Yeah. No, I think a part of it is like people are equating. For his prime example of this is people hear me talk about LNG and then they hear me talk about VG and Next, and they're completely different stratospheres in terms of risk exposure. One is litigation risk, and then another one is financial risk. So, and I don't think that people fully comprehend or know how to comprehend the difference between the two. And so then they'll hear me talk about a certain company not knowing, and they'll be like, oh yeah, I have the same amount in say one or the other. And it's just like, well, have you done the due diligence as to why, and a lot of times people just don't even understand.
Yeah, I mean, you would know more than me, but we were having a conversation the other day, not you and me, me and somebody else, and they were talking about how, they're really bullish on VG, blah, blah, blah. They start talking about how they're going to benefit from data centers. I'm like, hold up. How are they benefiting from data centers? I said, right now, they're an exporter of LNG. They don't run pipelines. They don't have upstream assets. Now, maybe that changes in the future, but right now, they are exporters of energy. Matt, am I wrong? Or is VG a pipeline company?
The only way I could see them, the answer, no, they are not.
So I'm not
They,
I'm not wrong currently, because I did say currently. Now this could change in the future, but currently they're not a pipeline company. They're a LNG exporting company.
I think they have a minor interest in one of the pipelines that brings gas to their facilities, but not to data centers. So you're right in that respect. And I think that that's somewhere in Louisiana. I could double check that. But the only way I could see data centers being beneficial is if they build a lot of data centers in Europe, which would throw off the forecast. Because at the moment, from what Europe is saying, they need less LNG in 2030 than they do today. And in fact, they say they need total less energy. No, that might be wrong. They need total less LNG for sure in 2030 from their forecasts. So if data centers become a big thing in Europe, then I feel like that statistic will have to reverse. I don't think that is plausible for them to build a lot of data centers in Europe. But I think a lot of people don't fully understand. Prime example of not fully understanding what you own. They think that it's strictly based off of Henry Hub gas prices, and it's really the arbitrage between Henry Hub gas prices and European and in Southeast Asian gas prices. So anyway, you're a good man, Steve.
I mean, you're a better role model to society than me. So where do you want to pivot from here, Matt? Are you outside of the?
I'm curious why you don't have more VG, Steve.
I mean, because I'm shook. I'm not like you.
So yes, they do have the Blackfin pipeline, which they just used to monetize, I think, a little bit of they put up some of the equity in this. It goes to their CP2 LNG facility. And they have a few others, but all of them go to strictly their facilities, not excuse me, not like ET or Enbridge or anything like that, where they're going transcontinental.
Right. No, listen, I'm shook, right? I'm shook that
What's that been?
VG. Look, I like tech better. That's just me.
I get it. You can't invest in everything.
You can't have access to everything. You are right, sir. I need freaking so many forms of ID to get my light. I'm not allowed on a plane right now, as I still have an old standard license. I don't have an enhanced ID. Like, I need so many proofs. Like, who has proof of where they live? All my bills are electronic. I don't have anything mailed to the house.
Don't you have a passport? Just use your passport.
Oh, it's expired.
Effing Steven, bro. How are we supposed to get you to Mexico?
Well, that's the whole point.
Get your passport. We'll do some Mexico.
I'm not going to Mexico.
What if I'm with you, Steve?
I'm not going to Mexico.
What if we get some advanced security?
No, I'm not going to Mexico.
Okay.
Anyway, what moves we making this week? I'm doing Microsoft. Funny. Two things I'm thinking about. One, Oracle's starting to look interesting to me. Have you looked at Oracle yet?
How much is it down?
Down at like 140 something.
I've been waiting for a man like Steve to
No, I hope
come
not.
into my life.
I
Okay, so
certainly
it's
hope not.
over 50% in the last year. It peaked out in September at 328 and it's down to 145. I mean, I'm actually curious, Steve. You got me thinking,
Yeah.
you know, it might be a better fucking play.
Ooh.
I'm gonna pull a little Chris Patel on you. You ready?
Yeah.
What are these Oracle options or Oracle debt going for these days? We got some Oracle debt going for 61 cents on the dollar, Steve.
61 cents on the dollar. Okay. All right.
I don't hate it. Why are they going for 61 cents on the dollar? Oh, because they're at 385. Okay. See, this is where I feel like I could play and have a little fun. It's like just become a debt investor. A little Chris Patel.
That's not me.
I think I need to try it out. What do we got for Amazon? Dude, like,
Holy
look
shit,
at
it
this.
worked.
What the?
Printing from my phone to my printer.
That's pretty badass. Like, for example, you could have a November 20th, 2065, 5.55% Amazon for 5.8%. So if you're somebody that's retired and you're just like, you know what? I'm done. I want this thing for the next 40 years. You just have a bunch of Amazon bonds. That's pretty insane. That's pretty cool. 5.8% yield.
Yeah, but is it even worth it?
I mean, if you're retired,
But you're not retired, sir.
no, I'm just putting it out there in the world.
Okay.
I wouldn't personally do it, but oh,
So,
Steve, you ready for this?
am I ready for this? I don't know. Are you?
There's a Apple February 23, 2026 for 0.5%. Buy it and you get 0.5% in a month. It's not bad. I don't hate it.
Well, I'm not going to Oracle debt. I do think Oracle's getting pretty cheap. Now, I hate the balance sheet. I'm very interested in what they report this quarter, but it is, from an earnings perspective, inexpensive. And, I was thinking more about PayPal. I may become a vulture.
Steven.
I mean, tell me it's not getting tempting, Matt.
The only way, okay, is if we could convince everybody in the chat.
No.
To
Don't even,
also,
do not finish that statement.
you're right.
Please
You're
do
right.
not finish that statement.
But if I could somehow figure out and have enough to be able to come up and be an activist,
I mean, at this point, how much money would you even need?
probably a good bit.
1.5 billion gets you 5% of the company.
1.5 gets you 5%. Yeah. I mean, I don't have 1.5 billion, Steve.
Neither do I. I'm just saying. Well, sure.
But if we come in like as a group and make a big stink about it, write official letters to management of we need a VC arm and stuff like that, maybe people would be fired up. The problem is when Roy was in it, Roy was kind of like a solo
act.
and he was kind of preaching to retail as to why it's a good idea. I think really to make it an impact, you need to become a true activist and be writing to the board and getting conversations with them. And
Yeah.
not saying Roy didn't do a good job. Roy did a great job. It's just that I think it's more on management as to why it fizzled out.
Yeah,
But
I'm not saying that either. I'm just saying that it's starting to look interesting. I mean, Matt, it's trading at like 6.3 times free cash flow. Like, how much? Yeah, it can go lower, but it's not going under. I mean, do we just become the YouTube activist group? Like and our statement is, we know that we don't have enough money to freaking make a difference in what you guys do, but we're just going to make a ton of noise until you guys listen to us.
it's plausible.
Plausible.
But how much would I be willing to? I don't know. What would you want to see Oracle do? Get less aggressive, pay down their debt?
I don't even know if the current numbers even matter because they're reporting in 2 weeks. But the numbers suck for Oracle. But here's what I like about Oracle. Let me bring it up, sir.
I mean, they're making some decent ops income.
So first, that is one ugly freaking chart that looks like it may be trying to establish a bottom. But at 142, you're paying the same price it was around a year ago. And if we go out 5 years, I mean, there's a ton of support at 100. So I don't think it goes below 100. That's just my own feeling. Can it go lower? Yes. But when I look at the earnings and the consensus estimates, 27 is not going to be a great year, but the street is expecting a tremendous amount of acceleration in EPS growth in 28 and 29 for that.
Because of all the data centers that they're investing in.
Right. And then when you look at the revenue, you're talking about 16% this year, 29% next year, and then 48 and 45%. So this fiscal year is just about over. They're reporting Q3 earnings in a couple of weeks. So their fiscal year ends in the spring. So basically, over the next 3 years, you're talking about them going up about almost 200% in revenue. I don't know. That's something that looks interesting. I mean, that's a lot of freaking growth. And this is not a small amount of analysts, 40 and 33 for the next 2 years. So I don't know. It's interesting to me.
I think if you look, and this is part of the problem, is I don't think we've ever had to really look at a technology company and wonder what the debt to EBITDA was.
Well, you don't want to look at that with this company. I've looked at it. It sucks.
Well, I mean, that's what I mean. But like, if you think about it, it's like if you could still pay off the interest and come out on the other side as your return on equity, if say they're going into so much debt because they know that they can get the return on equity of say 30, 40, 50%. And, they just have to build it out. And then the cash flow eventually comes through. It's like, yes, well, the debt to the debt to EBITDA right now sucks.
I mean,
But
99 billion in freaking debt and 26 billion of EBITDA, that's not a good ratio.
that's not horrible.
It's not horrible. It's not energy horrible, but it's not good.
That's the thing is, I mean, if you think about it, like 100 billion in debt versus doubling their revenue, which is likely going to double their potential net income.
Triple the revenue, not double,
Yeah.
triple. And if they can keep the same margins, then you figure that they're doing about 79 billion in EBITDA in 3 years from now, which changes the situation a lot. The question is, how much debt do they add this quarter when they report, and how much debt are they adding next quarter and the quarter after to actually build that out? Is the CapEx done, or they just keep hitting the debt markets and end up blowing it out to 150 billion? And they're like, what the hell?
Yeah, I'd have to look at what those analysts are seeing and forecasting, right? Like how much debt are they adding, etc. Because obviously it's not good because who knows how old those estimates are. But the losses have accelerated over the past couple months since they've added more debt to the balance sheet. So that makes me think that the analysts weren't anticipating that much debt. Otherwise, I feel like the stock would kind of be where it's at, right? I mean, and not have gone south. I don't know. I just think everything's going too well for all these tech companies, and that there's going to be like a foot to drop. And I've said that for quite some time. I've been wrong. Luckily for me, because I'm a tech investor as well. I don't know.
Yeah, I am on the other side of that. I think that these companies are putting up too much profitability and they're too inexpensive. Now, not Oracle, but obviously the big six that I talked about last night, I just think are undervalued.
I mean, do you think it's really just going to be eventually that people can't charge? I mean, they're already not charging for this stuff, so it's like it's kind of hard. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, look, my thesis is that all this CapEx spend continues to increase the amount of EBITDA and cash from operations generated. And if that continues to happen, these companies are very inexpensive on a forward basis. There's no data to show that it hasn't and isn't going to happen, because all the data indicates as they allocate more to CapEx, what happens year over year, cash from operations and EBITDA increases. Like, there's no data showing that's not going to continue to happen.
But at what point do margins get squeezed?
I mean, even if margins get squeezed a little bit, if they keep adding revenue, profitability will go up. I mean, think about it. NVIDIA is at a 55% profit margin. Do we really think that if it goes to 53%, that's going to matter with the rate of revenue growth? No, they're still going to be more profitable.
Well, I'm not talking about for them. I'm talking about more for the people that are buying all the chips.
Well, I'll bring up margins right now. Hold on. So on the Mag 7, you have 6 of them that have reported. I mean, Meta's got some margin to play with. They have a cash from ops margin of 61%. Microsoft 52%. I mean, it's not like these aren't businesses with Walmart or Costco margins. I mean, Amazon's the one that has thin margins right now. But you look at Alphabet, Apple, Microsoft, and Meta; those are good freaking margins. I mean, 25 to 40% profit margins across the board for these four. You know, and if you just want to talk about Microsoft and Meta and Alphabet, I mean, those are huge profit margins. I
Yeah.
think these companies are very inexpensive. And this is why I say that when you look at the CapEx and you look at EBITDA, you look at cash from operations, I mean, how are we going to? I think Microsoft is the biggest golden opportunity. People took Microsoft down under 3 trillion market cap, and they're doing $175 billion in EBITDA. Like, what are we doing here? What are we doing? Apple is still a $4 trillion company, and they do less gross profit, less EBITDA, less operating income, less cash from operations, more free cash flow only because their CapEx spend is next to nothing, and less net income on a trailing 12. And the market cap is $1 trillion difference. Get the hell out of here. Like, Noto was right in the interview with freaking Tevis and Tanner that people use different valuation tools for different companies, and that's ridiculous. Value all these companies on the same freaking methodologies.
No,
Like,
I think
this is
you're
crazy.
I definitely like Microsoft here.
I mean, look at these margins. You have almost a 60% EBITDA margin compared to Apple's 35%. You have a 39% net income margin compared to 27%. So if Microsoft continues to grow, they're adding so much more profitability because they're such a higher margin business. So I think Microsoft's a golden opportunity here. And I'm going to push back on that comment. And this is not to be disrespectful because I appreciate the comment. I do believe you're correct, Robert, that they get a safety premium because of their 2 billion device install base. Microsoft should get the same safety premium because businesses are not getting rid of Office. They're not getting rid of Azure. They're not getting rid of SharePoint. They're not getting rid of Teams. They're not getting rid of LinkedIn for HR departments. They're not getting rid of any of that stuff. So they should get the same type of premium on a safety margin. OpenAI collapse story. I mean, listen, nobody can prove or disprove if OpenAI is going to collapse or not. And if OpenAI, something happens, Microsoft can just buy the whole damn company and roll it in. They'll be fine.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you buying Microsoft, Steve.
Yeah, I think it's inexpensive.
I think the only ones I wouldn't be buying right now, but I wouldn't be selling either, are Apple and Google.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, look at Nvidia right now. Imagine what these numbers are going to look like when they report. I mean, 53% trailing 12 profit margin. These numbers are going to change drastically.
Not enough, Steve.
Yeah, we'll see.
When are they getting back to 5 trillion, Steve?
Who, Nvidia?
Yeah.
3 weeks and 2 days. I don't freaking know. I have no idea, Matt. When am I getting a fake sub like you?
I was actually just thinking that. Do you think I could buy a Jubilee bracelet?
For that, no.
I love the Jubilee bracelet.
So it's not that you can't buy one, you just shouldn't get one.
But they put them on the GMTs.
Yeah, but a sub doesn't have a standard Jubilee.
Can we talk about something important?
Yes. Well, hold that thought. I need to go get a banana or something. I'm starting to get a headache because I haven't eaten in like freaking 5 hours. Give me one sec.
Steven, don't starve yourself.
I'm
All
not.
right.
I forgot to eat. I'm starting to get a headache. Hold on.
Okay, go get something. In the chat, what is the next watch that I need to get? It's gonna be fake, of course. It's gonna be a fake Rolex, but if I were to get a fake Rolex, what would I get? Banana does sound good. I miss living in Trinidad where the fruit was just so effing good. I'd eat banana, watermelon. Watches are absolute obsolete. Why fake? Root beer Rolex, AP Royal Oak. Banana Rolex. What's the banana Rolex? The hell's a banana Rolex? A Trolex. A Geoshock. White gold John Mayer blue dial. Get a pocket watch.
All right, Matt. What are we talking about?
I'm trying to. People are saying that I'm an idiot for buying watches and I should just use my phone.
I guess I'm an idiot too. But are you an idiot if you can sell it for more money than what you paid for it? Just saying.
What should I get, Steve?
You really want to have this conversation live?
I mean, I don't really care.
If you don't care, that's fine. I'll have the conversation. I'm not trying to out you though.
Yeah, maybe we shouldn't.
I'll pull it up on screen if you want to know. A man of your
just because you
stature.
show it doesn't mean I'm going to buy it because I'm broke.
All right. So a man of your stature.
Oh, what's that mean, Steve? Is that a fat joke? I'm just kidding.
No, your economic position in life.
So, oh, no, I'm just messing.
I mean, what's crazy is the first thing that comes up when I go to the website. I don't hate this, but this is not what I was thinking. When I type it in, this is the first thing, must have been the last thing I looked at. The Bruce Wayne.
I was actually looking at that earlier.
It's pretty sick. Now,
only 12 grand. It's not bad.
So here's why, everyone. This watch right here sells on the secondary market for $18,000, I believe. So if you go to, I'll do it right now to show everybody.
It doesn't wear a watch because the time is now.
Well, the time is now, but these are also investments. Watch charts. That's what I need to go to.
Steve's been waiting.
Here we go. All right. So for everybody saying that these are not investments, I will push back.
Push on them, Steve.
Just showed you the Bruce Wayne. All right. 12 grand retail. You can sell it for $19,541.
Even still?
Mm-hmm. This thing's really hard to get. Now, look, you can't just go in the store and buy this. You need serious history to go get one of buying watches from an authorized dealer. Like, you cannot just go pick this up. Like, you can't go to a Rolex store and say, oh, hey, I want a GMT Master Black Gray. They're like, oh, cool story. Has 5 years.
What's something I could get?
But you have history, though.
I have one watch, and I bought it from Benbridge. I didn't even buy it from Rolex. I mean, it was a Rolex authorized dealer, but
I don't know enough about how it works. I just know what my situation is. I don't even know. I haven't been there in a while. I don't even know what you can start with. I would think if you want to spend a lot of money, that not a lot of people are buying precious metal ones, so you probably get a day date, but that's a lot of money. But these are investments, everyone, to some degree. If it hasn't, here's the thing with Rolex. If it has a nickname, it's going to go over freaking retail. If it doesn't, it probably won't. But let's keep it to stocks for now. You and I can do a full Rolex episode if you want. They have a waiting list, but I have it on good authority. The waiting list is not real. So I've even been told that, and I can't corroborate this. I don't know if it's true or not. I've been told that they will even look you up now on your social media and your LinkedIn to see if you're a good fit for the brand these days. It's crazy. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but multiple people have said that to me.
so apparently because they are an authorized dealer, it helps.
Yeah.
Even though I bought it at a Benbridge. But it's fake, so fake watch.
I have heard stuff like this also. So I have heard that. We'll do a dedicated episode. I mean, I will validate. Whoops, sorry. I will validate that that is true. Don't ask me how I know, but I will validate that that is true.
Pull up that person's profile pic again. Was that Ben Mala and who? Oh, and his son, I guess. I don't know. That's funny. It's a good profile pic.
I mean,
Steve, give us another quarter opening.
you want me to try get you one?
Yeah.
I don't think I can pull off another GMT, but I could probably pull something else off.
I mean, it doesn't have to be whatever you think you can pull off. I need to start going into the stores.
I mean, I can text my rep.
Also, we have apparently our mutual friend now that was in New York with us. She apparently knows people as well.
Who?
Miss Danny said she knows people.
Oh, I think Bergman knows people also. So,
I mean, somebody say that he does.
Yeah.
I think I want to go on a show tomorrow. Hopefully.
Yeah, Bergman's awesome.
Let me see.
I don't know if this is true or not. If that's true, I'd get a Batman right now. I mean, I may or may not have one of the other ones, and I can tell you it was definitely not easy to get. So what are we doing with PayPal and Oracle? We going dumpster diving on these things? What are we doing?
I personally won't, but
I'm waiting for the but.
I would wait on Oracle personally for my risk tolerance. To understand how bad the debt has gotten.
The debt's freaking horrible. It's horrible.
Horrible makes it seem
for their cash flow. It's horrible. At least Verizon does 50 billion of EBITDA, having 120 billion of debt. Don't you know what I mean? It's like you're Oracle. Don't come at me with a worse ratio than Verizon. You know.
I guess you're right.
I may not be right. I mean,
I think they have enough money. I just would want to see. I would want to see from them and the management what they think the future EBITDA will look like.
I agree with that.
I don't know. That's tough. That's tough. Steve, I'm proud of you. What are you doing at the gym?
Gonna do a little elliptical. May hit back. Try to loosen my back up. So,
do you guys have a in the building? Do you guys have? Can you get like in? Can you hire in masseuses or?
no.
I don't know what kind of building you live in. I know you're rich.
Hiring masseuses. We talking about?
I don't know, but that coffee looks really good. I actually thought about. I had like half an hour before the show. I was like, do I show up completely prepared, no thumbnail, and get a coffee, or do I show up prepared? And I chose the prepared route.
Well, you know what's crazy? I couldn't even figure out how to use my freaking stars this morning. I didn't have my glasses. I'm like, whatever.
Steve, I did start the last season.
Oh, so your answer is answered, or your question?
I don't know. It's only like the first episode, maybe second episode.
I don't remember the first episode then.
I mean, I still don't know if my question, I guess, for people that haven't been following is Bobby Axelrod coming back?
Is the axe coming back?
And so far, he hasn't.
All right.
It's just that Prince is moving on to bigger pastures, and he's looking at succession planning, etc. I'm not going to give away why.
Ooh, shots fired. This is why we love X, everybody. Shots fired. I do not mean to cut you off, Matt, but you're going to.
No, you're good. I need to trim my beard too.
I have confirmed via sources close to, we're not going to say the word, but Jason, that he did visit the island. This clearly contradicts previous claims of having met Epstein only once. I can also confirm that Jason, et cetera, refuses to acknowledge lying about my co-founder multiple times.
Did you listen? I mean, I don't want to make a whole long to do about this, but did you listen to the last All In when they talked about this? I think you did. You said you did because they were talking about SAS after.
Look at Sachs getting in. Jake Al did not visit the island. Time to move on. Dude, Palmer Lucky getting into it. I'm just saying, I don't know who's right, who's wrong. Just saying, Palmer Lucky may have some intel. I mean, guy's the CEO of Andrew. He's got resources. But at the same time, so is David Sachs. So who do you believe? I have no clue.
I mean, he explicitly stated it all in. They talked about it for a good 3, 4, 5 minutes and asked a lot of questions, right? So if anybody's curious, J. Cal talks about this for the first. Julie, thanks for stopping by. One of the best and most loyal watchers, so I appreciate you. Just gonna leave and do laundry. Smart woman. I'm also midst doing laundry. I don't know. It seemed kind of interesting that they would like put him on the stand like that and like at the beginning of an all-in episode, but at the same time, it's kind of like, well, you kind of need to address it in some way, shape, or form. So I don't know. But they did talk about it a good bit, like from what it seemed like. It was like J. Cal knows a lot of people, and I think for what it seemed like, Epstein was just trying to use him to get him to introduce him to a lot more people.
Yeah.
And then I think David Sachs's argument was that J. Cal's too big of a loser to actually want to for Epstein to be on the island. I think they said that on the episode or something. I don't remember.
That's ridiculous. J. Cal's not a loser.
And then what was the what's Aloha or what Aloha or whatever that
Freeberg's company, that potato company.
So what are they trying to do?
they're I think reverse engineering vegetables and fruits and all this other stuff, and he's growing like huge potatoes out of nothing and stuff like that, something like that.
From what it made it seem like, it's like obviously we GMO'd potatoes, and I think from what I understood is like they found on the island, like not like original potato seeds or something from however many moons ago, decades or centuries ago, something like that. They're trying to, I don't know. I would actually be curious to see. How do I feel about Bros? Steve, you don't know much about Dutch Bros, right?
We looked at it yesterday.
I know, but you don't know much about it. You weren't that
I've
interested?
never had it.
No?
I don't live in an area where they have Dutch Bros.
Yet.
How is this possible? New York City is colder than Antarctica. As worst winter chill in 20 years plummets northeast. I highly doubt New York is colder than Antarctica. New York Post. Like, come on. I was outside today. It's cold, but Antarctica cold? Like,
yeah, I saw some wild videos of the wind going through some of the Manhattan. It looked
all
like.
right. I drove. So I went to my parents' house yesterday. The freaking water was frozen. Like, legit. It was crazy.
That is crazy. You don't see that often.
No, it looks so nice.
I don't know. I like Dutch Bros. I think that they're getting to a very important piece. I think the reason why they rallied last year was because they got to a place where cash flow was even at that point. They don't need to go into debt to fuel real estate, and they pulled back a little bit. So the thing that's going to be interesting is now that their EBITDA is growing closer to 300 billion a year, they're going to be able to ramp up their growth rate, because they were kind of choking it back a little bit to make sure that they didn't go into debt at a bad time when you take on debt, right? So why do I like Dutch Bros over Black Rifle Coffee Company? One of them makes money while the other one doesn't. Not to say that BRCC won't eventually make money, but...
Oh, wow. I got breaking news. I'm sorry, Matt.
No, you're good. What's up?
I'm not going to show this. I have to stop saying Sir Joseph Carlson from here on out.
He unblocked you?
I got unblocked somehow. I got unblocked.
I mean, he's still Sir Joseph Carlson.
I mean, yeah, but I'm not going to make fun of him anymore.
Okay. Get him on, dude. I've actually wanted to talk to the guy as well, because we've had him and
I'm going to make an official statement right now. I am now good with Joseph Carlson. I will stop making fun of him.
I mean, I've been rude to him in the past because he was negative on Palantir for a while, about its valuation, and this is before, obviously, it's gotten to like way over valuation, but he didn't understand why people were like wanting to buy the company back when they weren't really profitable yet and like had just hit profitability. So I had, some small bats back and forth with him, because like he never said he hated the company or anything, but I was kind of putting words in his mouth. So he does have more patience than I give him credit than I have given credit for in the past. And he does a good job giving education out to the people. So you gonna reach out to him, Steve?
Matt, I want you to look at your phone. Hold on.
You should reach out to him, and I would love to have the guy on. Smart guy. Take a picture of your junk. What are you doing?
Look at your phone. I mean, what does that even mean?
That's pretty classy.
It is. 100%.
I've done that before. I mean, Tanner and I didn't get off on the right foot And now he's the man, and I love Tanner. I just didn't like how he was like poo-pooing Google, and I was like, this guy seems like he's a smart dude. I don't understand why he doesn't get about Google. And now Google is one of his largest positions. So
Yeah.
people can. It depends on the day, you know. People have a lot of shit going on sometimes. So Steve's hangry, you know, before he had his little
Oh, I
yogurt,
get
you know.
angry all the time, man.
Um, so I would love to have him on in any
Yeah,
way,
I mean,
shape, or form.
I'm gonna reach out to him and say
He's
all
done
good.
massively well, and I think his public portfolio is about to hit $1 million. So
Yeah, I
good
mean,
for him.
listen, he's a really smart guy. I just didn't like that. Look, he doesn't know me, and I'm sure he gets a lot of shit out there. So he probably thought I was trying to troll him. And from what I was told, he thought that I was trying to engagement farm. I didn't even know what the hell engagement farming was. Like, everybody knows I do a lot of research and I don't write 2 sentence things. And I think after writing like a 2,000 word and a 12 or 1,300 word response, I think he thought I was messing with him, which he's got every right to. And I'm gonna reach out to him and maybe a stream happens at some point. Who
That would be
knows?
awesome, man. I
That'll
would
break the
watch the shit
internet
out of
at
it.
this point.
It might break the internet.
Could break the internet.
That would be awesome, man. No, he's done a good job, and I will say, like, his videos are always topical and on point. He's educated a lot of people, and I don't think he does the fear mongering that some other content creators do. I think some content creators create like the fear mongering stuff, and I don't know. So, um, but anyway, and yeah, somebody said that I shouldn't be picking fights over individual stocks. You're right. That was very immature of me. I think it was partly jealousy of how good looking Tanner was, as well as his dislike for Google at the time. So we're over it. Water under the bridge. The round table with Sir Joseph Carlson and Sir Fiorilla. I like that.
Yeah, I will reach out to him and try to have a conversation with him and we'll go from there.
Don Fiorilla.
But yeah, I mean, listen, I've never really watched his content. I actually don't even think I've seen any of his videos. I think I clicked on one just to see what he talked about, but I've never actually watched his stuff. I just see his posts on X, and he's obviously highly intelligent and knows a lot about different things. And Tanner told me he built some company that does data analytics and stuff. So obviously he's highly intelligent. So yeah, it was all over Costco. I mean, everybody knows I hate Costco's valuation. And my feeling is if you're going to give that valuation to Costco, that there are companies like Microsoft and Meta and Amazon and Nvidia that deserve the same valuation, especially Amazon, because it's the one company that you can put up against Walmart or Costco and say all three deliver consumer goods and provide consumer experience. The big difference is that Walmart and Costco do not have AWS, especially in AWS with reaccelerating growth. And for them to have such a higher multiple and higher valuation, if we want to talk about recession proof, regardless of what we agree on what the definition of recession proof is, but the idea that consumers are always going to have to go to a Costco or Walmart to buy groceries and household supplies and that type of stuff, I would argue that same is true for Amazon because people are going to use Amazon the same way that they use those. I use Amazon more than I go to the grocery store. I have Amazon packages coming all the time. And to me, the idea that Amazon doesn't get the same multiple with better margins is a little wild.
I would love to go to Costco more. I love their products, but I even as big as I am and how much I do eat as a man, like I can't keep up. Like you know what I mean? Like I can't keep up with buying that much stuff. So so yeah, it's kind of tough, and that's if I had a family, it'd be much different, but it's just me.
Oh, that's a good point, JM. Look at this. Good point. Didn't even think about that.
It's all about connections, man.
Yeah. Regardless, I'm gonna say that that's not why, even though it is a good point. I'm just gonna we'll yeah, we'll see what happens.
The crowds at Costco scare me. Dude, Costco is always mobbed. Always mobbed. You use that term, Steve? You have to use that use that term.
Oh shit.
Who else unblocked you? Just kidding.
No, dude, X is freaking awesome.
What's going on?
Dude, somebody from the community sent me something on X. Thank you so much.
Steve's a celebrity. Steve, you're gonna get to 20,000 followers before I do. Rightly so. Yes, Carlson. That is one thing that I like about Carlson. He takes long-term approaches. He's not a trader. And so in that respect, like I kind of align with what he does. I don't think he takes on as much potential risk like I did with like Rocket Lab or Palantir, for example, but he has that long-term mindset. And so next friend request, Warren Buffett. Yo,
Dude, how many
good.
freaking bots are there on X?
There's a lot, dude. It's bad.
This is insane.
It's bad. Underneath one of my posts, every time there's like 2 or 3 that are like, follow my Telegram.
Insane.
So yeah, I like the fact that that SJC takes that long-term approach. He's not in and out of stocks.
Yeah, it seems like that. And look, he doesn't talk about bullshit companies either, it seems like. And I like that also. You know, there's a lot of people that are talking about freaking companies that are $100 million or $50 million out there in these penny stocks. Like I don't talk about any of that stuff.
I think it's going to be tough for SoFi to start handing out dividends. If they're still looking at 30% return on equity.
Not anytime soon, they're not. Maybe in 5 or 10 years. Not in the next
It doesn't make sense for them right now.
No.
And same thing, like well, I talk about dividends and stuff for Palantir and Rocket Lab, but that's because I'm talking like 10 years down the road. You know, I'm not talking like, hey, they need to be giving it out today, right? Like I'm talking about once, like if you look at like Palantir is stacking up cash, like they're fundraising for the next presidential election. You know, like they're so, and same thing with Rocket Lab. Like once Rocket Lab is able to get over this hump and actually start generating free cash flow, which I believe they will within the next 12 months. They're so capital light and efficient with capital that it's going to be very difficult for them to spend however much money they're going to be eventually generating. And any money that they do, I hope they invest in satellites and putting things up into space.
Oh, I got a bone to pick with you, sir.
Okay.
I got a bone to pick. So you're the leader of the Rocket Lab Army. All right.
Okay.
So before let me rephrase this. I may have a bone to pick with you.
Okay.
Do you or do you not own more Rocket Lab merch than Irwin?
I don't know.
He told me how much money he has spent on Rocket Lab merch. It's insane.
I'd be curious. Probably. I mean, this is going to sound, I've gotten gifted a lot.
That counts.
Like these shirts behind me, the one with the LC3, that was from when I went to go visit LC3. I bought the one with Sir Peter Beck that's hanging up behind there. But then the patch that's in there was from LC3 when I went to go visit in August. The Electron that's on the top of the fridge, that I bought. That wasn't cheap. The Rocket Lab over my right shoulder, the Rocket Lab shareholder, that was gifted. I bought this book. This is gifted. Let's see what other Rocket Lab stuff. I bought the Alex Carp stuff. The shirts that are hanging behind there. I bought the Haste shirt that's back there. I forget what launch that is. So I bought a good amount of stuff. That hat was gifted. So yeah, the only hat, I don't know if I have my Neutron hat. I'm fairly certain I bought this Rocket Lab hat. I want to say this is, I don't know if I bought this one or this was gifted, but I have a Neutron hat, and that Neutron hat was definitely, I have a lot of patches on my desk here. Like,
Let me ask you this: at what point do you get a Rocket Lab tattoo? Like, what price does Rocket Lab have to get to for you to get a tattoo?
I don't have any tattoos, so
I had perfect first one. You know what the tattoo should be? One of their freaking rockets going up, right? Bringing up a payload of freaking $100 bills. Like, you know, when you see in the movies the freaking huge pallets of $100 bills, just have it bringing up a pallet of it. No, not good.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not against tattoos. I've just never found one that, like, sorry, this is going to take a very dire turn, but I lost my brother and dad in 2020 and 2021 respectively, and I've always thought about getting a tattoo for them because obviously they mean a lot to me and they're forever with me. And I just never found the right way to express that in tattoo form, and eventually I still want to do something. I just can't find one. And I wouldn't be opposed to getting a Rocket Lab tattoo. I wouldn't be opposed to getting a Palantir tattoo. I just don't want to regret getting one, if that makes sense. I think that Vince said this yesterday on the weekly. I think he said if Rocket Lab hits like $200 a share or something, or $300 a share, that Adam Spice said he would get a tattoo, and I think we all agreed that we would get a tattoo. So
Very interesting. Very interesting, Matt.
what about you, Steve? What are you gonna get a tattoo? When are you getting an NVIDIA tattoo? Isn't that your largest position?
NVIDIA, I think, has crossed over to from an individual stock.
Yeah, individual.
It's either that or Meta is the largest position. I'm not sure which one yet.
Steve, can I tell you?
Yes.
If I wouldn't be here right now. No, I'm just kidding. If I had chosen, when that whole, what was it, October 2022? When did everything go below 100? Like, it was Google was below 100, Amazon was shitting the bed.
Yeah, it was
Meta was
2022.
shitting.
Yeah.
I think it was October 2022.
Yeah.
When that happened, I was like, I'm buying in to Google and Amazon. Had I bought Meta,
I tried. I told everybody in the world to buy that Meta was a buy.
had I bought Meta, Steve, you'd be bringing me on basis points.
I mean, we brought you two basis
Like,
points.
we have a very special guest today, Matt Farley.
I mean, we brought you 2 basis points.
I mean, but I was behind the scenes. You guys kicked me out. You're like, get the no, I'm just kidding. Get out, you're blocking the camera. No, as soon as I walked in, I was like, man, I can't sit here. I'll block this camera. I was like, I'm not interrupting this. I'm so excited. I have a picture with the next guest, and I'm waiting for you guys to drop it so I can post the picture.
I'm excited.
Good picture.
It is,
Good picture.
I think, just as good as the first episode.
Just different. I'm
It's
sure.
just different. It's more applicable to markets. I listened to it yesterday in the car. It is it's really good. I'm really
How did it sound in the car?
sounded great.
Yeah, the quality of everything was really good.
The sound quality is so good. I mean, the studio does an amazing job. Um, it's really good. The conversation's really good. I think everybody is gonna like it, and I think that this is going to open up the eyes on some things. Look, you saw the same me that you see on everything else. I think with Josh, we let him go and we were very interested in a lot of things. With this one, you heard me go after the Bears. Just
The
like I do
Bears.
on X, just like I do on YouTube.
I'm going Pats. I think I'm going with the Pats.
It has, I think there's 2 or 3 Steve Rants in it. Yes.
There wasn't really a Steve rant in the first
Yeah,
one.
I think I did 2 or 3 rants.
Steve.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think they said the background will be lighter in this one.
The background is definitely lighter. I don't have the pictures, although I would show one. The studio changed the background around and it looks freaking amazing.
When's the next one? Do you got it solidified?
We're working on it.
Do you know who it is?
I have an idea. Boo, I think I talk more than a minute in this episode. Or it's the same, more or less.
You guys act well together because you're different personalities, but work well.
Yeah, it's good. It's going to be good. I'm excited. Now we just got to find the next opportunities, Matt.
I mean, there's a lot of people that I'm sure will want to get on.
No, I'm talking about in the market, man.
Oh, I mean, dude, Microsoft is fucking there. I mean,
It is
not
there. Oh, did you write an article yet,
Steve.
Matt? I wrote one today. Did you?
No, I'm slacking. I'm not feeling.
I'm going to write one after I go to the gym.
You're a better man than me. I need to. When you're doing your anti Super Bowl, I will probably start one.
I mean, I don't know if I'm going to do an anti Super Bowl
Oh,
or not.
one of your I didn't message you. I meant to. One of your favorite super major oil and gas companies is on the undercovered list.
Ooh, let's take a look.
Ooh. Let's see if it's been covered. Last night it had not had somebody write about it in pending yet.
Which one is it?
I mean,
it's certainly not in the top however many. Hold on. Oh, I know which one it is now. I typed it in. I know why you're saying it like that. You know what? I don't know if I can write about them. I think I wrote about them not too long ago.
really?
Yeah. Hold on.
Steve's been waiting.
Yeah, I wrote about them at the end of December.
Effing Steven.
So I can't. No, I gotta do my dividend series tonight because I switched the day on my dividend series to drop on Mondays instead of Thursdays. So I gotta write that tonight.
I mean, yeah, there's only been 2 articles since yours. Pretty interesting.
And this isn't good. You ready for this, Matt?
What's
The
that?
Sky Dweller goes for over retail. I did not know that.
I mean, the basic Sky Dweller is like 40 grand, right?
No.
Maybe I was looking at the platinum.
That's the platinum one.
Can I ask a serious question? Am I too old to get like
Look at that spread, Matt. That's a good spread.
I want the green face. What is the variation green face?
That's a good spread.
It's a great spread, but I'm not going to sell it. What's the great? Go to the view variations and go to the green face.
Ooh, that's an even better spread.
That's a pretty watch. Yeah. Lower volume, but
yeah,
That's a sexy watch. I
And
think
it
if I
got
were
up
to
to
get one.
28.
Should I get some drip, Steve? Like
Wait,
a
some what?
little chain?
Please don't.
No?
No.
So Mick can have a chain, but I can't have a chain?
I'm just saying, like, you wear a watch.
I want that drip.
Mick can do the chain because he'll never wear a watch because the time is now and he has a cell phone.
Does Josh Brown wear a chain?
I didn't look. I mean, but you wear a fake Rolex all the time. Just freaking wear a watch.
I need the full drip, Steve. I
The
need
full
like an
drip.
8 to 10 millimeter.
Oh,
No, I'm just kidding.
jeez.
This is too big.
Next
I
thing you're
wouldn't
gonna
do it.
tell me you want a freaking Cuban link, freaking.
I was thinking for a nice platinum or white gold curb chain. Ask the shadow government what she thinks.
Shadow government. I'll find out.
I don't have a shadow government to ask, otherwise I would.
Yeah, I think June is right. Diamond Grill.
Diamond
now.
grill.
Diamond Grill.
I mean, Steve, some say I should just rob the jewelry store and tell them to make me a grill.
Some would say you should just have a grill made.
People say I'm in a different game. They're not wrong. Why do I want to look rich? I don't want a fancy, I don't want like a diamond chain or anything. Like, I'm not trying to be a rapper. I want some drip. I don't have any drip. And I don't look rich. Let's see. What about this one? Is this one paying, Steve?
What?
Is Shell paying?
Huh?
Is Shell paying for undercovered?
I have no idea.
Let me see. Oh, 2 views today. $1.68 for this month.
Listen, you need to get her done. All right.
Steve, guess when the last article I wrote was? Guess.
A year ago?
March 21st.
Okay.
Only had 3,500 page views. No bueno. Where is it? Undercovered. Let's see. Oh, Steve, you can do that one too.
Which one?
Oh,
Nah, I've never written about them.
why not?
I think we should. Well, let's go to 4:30 and then end it.
Sounds good.
All right, let's just take a bunch of questions.
Yeah, let's do questions.
All right, just start firing off questions, everybody. We're going to go for 13 minutes. Then I'm going to hit the gym. Then everybody's got Super Bowl. I need to write another article. Best drip for men is correct fitting clothes. Yeah, everybody should go to a tailor.
Any thoughts on VG? Yes, I have lots of thoughts on them. Hold until 2035.
I have no idea when to freaking buy anything. I just know that I'm buying Microsoft.
Fucking love it, dude. Such a good opportunity.
Oh, Black Mamba throwing down a challenge. Buy a Patek. Rolex is for kids.
Steve, do you agree?
I mean, if I had your money, I'd buy a Patek.
Steve, you have more money than me.
Who killed Kennedy? I don't know who killed Kennedy. I am more bullish on SoFi after the interview. I think they did an incredible job on it. Yeah, I like Bristol Myers. BMY, baby. I have not looked at software ETFs yet.
Can I sleep well if I bought Microsoft at 409? I think so.
I think Microsoft's a good value.
If you're looking 10 years out, I think so.
Ooh, best bagel shop in NYC. I got two for you. All right. A Bagel on 43rd and I don't think it's in the 50s. I think it's on like 48th, maybe something like that. Or 47th. It is incredible. And then there's another one. There's a ton of good bagel shops, but Chelsea Bagel on 2nd and 43rd is really good too.
Breitling still hold their value. Sorry to say. I don't think I've seen a Breitling hold its value.
No.
Steve, serious question. What golf course is that hat from?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
How'd you know it's from a golf course?
Steve, I know everything.
Okay.
BKR take. What's BKR? Oh,
That's a good question.
I think Bitcoin will remain depressed for the next 12 to 18 months. It might spike up to 80, 85 again, but I think for the next 12 to 18 months, it's going to be stuck. I'm actually surprised it's back in the 70s, but makes me think that there might be another down trend coming. Yeah, Steve, what changed your mind to travel outside of the U.S.?
You know what? You gotta start living life, right?
It would be dope. I am curious if we do London, when what part of London we'd stay at.
You're gonna do London?
I thought that's what you said.
No, I said I'm gonna do London.
Oh, you personally, and not.
Can you answer this? Is Landman realistic, Matt?
It's good enough, I would say. There's some things where the magnitudes are off a little bit, but I think they do a good enough job.
Does the cartel really do that to independence?
Oh, I mean, I don't know. I can't speak on that.
Don't say anything.
I really don't know. What I will say is that if you think what Billy Bob Thornton is doing is being a landman, there's part of what he does, like when he makes the actual land negotiations and stuff like that. That's what a landman really does. But the actual operations piece and stuff like that, where that's more of a COO or like an operations manager. So I mean, just because he's running around making plays like that, like the landman piece is very much more about the land negotiations and things like that. So
Gotcha.
I heard season 3. I heard Billy Bob Thornton said, like, somebody said that he's not going to be on. I don't know if they're just trying to start shit.
That better not be true. They'll incite a freaking riot if that's the case.
Traders? What's traders? Yeah, Steve, give us another coin unboxing.
Dude, I don't freaking fine.
This one.
I gotta do this like on a dedicated freaking stream, man. And I do need to do it so I can get these out of here.
Breitling does hold their value. Okay, I'll have. What were you watching? Well, you were. I do Chrono 24. What were you watching?
They do not hold their value.
Well, what were
Damn,
you
Omega. There's only like a very few Omegas that hold their value. Freaking Tudor, they just don't.
My buddy's obsessed with tags, and I'm like, tags don't hold their value.
Yeah. Look, you should not buy a watch as an investment. You should buy it because you want to wear it and you like the dial in the face and you like the watch. But the reality is that there are certain brands, i.e., Rolex, AP, Patek, that hold their value much better than other ones. That's the reality of it. Right or wrong, that's the reality. Ah, shit. There we go.
Is gravy red or is it more white?
Huh?
I don't know. It's its own ass. Paddock is a different level. If you guys haven't heard me say before, so I was living in Trinidad and Tobago, and I bought this fake Rolex when I started work in 2013. Oh, what do we think, Steve?
It does not look like any of these are going to be silver at all. We're going to find out. It doesn't look like it, though.
I was living off the company's dime. They were paying for my rent and everything like that. So I didn't have many expenses. Like my expenses were flying back home if I ever needed to, or travel for vacations, etc. And so when I came home, I was just like, oh, I have some money now, like, I've saved for a good year or whatever. And then I go into the Paddock authorized dealer, and I was like, or maybe it was AP, whatever one's cheaper. I think it was the AP.
AP.
And I was like, yeah, I don't have nearly enough.
No silver in this one.
No silver, guys.
I will set up the second camera, and I will do this sooner than later so I can get all this out of my office.
I was working when I was living in Trinidad. How did I get into the oil? What's that?
You working?
When I was living in Trinidad?
You don't work?
You're right. I don't work. I don't do anything. How did I get into the oil job? Actually, very funny story. I didn't have any family or anything that was in oil. Originally, I was going to go to school for like sports medicine or like sports training. So like if people get injured or whatever on the field, my thought process was to like get a job with like the Eagles or something like that. And then, so I was just doing like a general science degree. And then one of my buddies was like, hey, you should look at petroleum engineering. I started looking at it. I was like, this is really interesting. And it pays pretty well. And so I kind of just stumbled into it. And then my junior year, I took my first petroleum engineering class. And my head had kind of exploded. Like I was just really interested and it seemed really cool. So yeah. I just loved it. It was awesome.
There you go. I like it. All right, Matt.
Let's
call it.
I'm gonna do the same. I think
I'm gonna go try to get in shape. Thank you everybody for joining. Appreciate it. Go follow Matt. Let's get Matt to 20,000 subs, please.
we're almost at 20K, Steve. What are we at now?
I don't know. You tell us.
I'm at 19,524.
Love it.
In the last 28 days, plus 249. So at this rate, it'll take me another 2 months, but I'll get there.
Love it.
I appreciate all the support.
Good stuff.
And if anybody's interested, you can follow me on Spotify as well. If you guys like to listen while you're doing stuff around the house and you can't keep the phone open, I try to keep it up on Spotify, so you can hit follow on Spotify. That'd be appreciated, so I could get monetized on there as well. Hopefully, reach more people. That's the hope.
And who knows? Maybe we'll see you guys later tonight. Maybe we won't. I don't know what happens. We'll see.
Do I also sing on Spotify? I could get monetized. Maybe I'll release an album.
Ooh, that would be nice. Nice Christmas album.
Called Why Doesn't Steve Love Me Anymore?
That's not nice. That is not nice. All right, everyone. Thank you for being here. We will be back at you during the week. think Matt has Cash Flow Chronicles on Tuesday night.
Yes.
We will probably do an impromptu stream sometime during the week. Go follow Matt. Go follow Basis Points, the new show.
Follow everything.
And we will see everyone later. Have a great night.
Thank you all.